Hi, I'm Shelley.
And I'm Amanda, and we're receptionists at Grady Veterinary Hospital. And today we're going to talk about dog park etiquette and the do's and don'ts of going to the dog park.
I'm going to discuss the do's of going to the dog park. The first thing you do want to do is have your pet vaccinated before they come to the dog park and ensure that they are on heartworm and flea preventative to make sure that they don't contract anything like that while they're there. And also you want to bring your own waste bags. This is to just be courteous of cleaning up after your dog when they're there. Normally most parks have the waste bags there, but it's always good just to bring some with you in case they should be out of them. You also do want to keep your leash on your dog until you get into the dog park. They normally have designated areas to get your dog in, ensure that they're safe in the area. There's normally 2 gates. Go ahead and take the leash off once you get outside of the gate. This is to just make it seem less aggressive for your dog to, be on a leash. If any dog comes up to them, makes it seem not as scary for them to get approached by other dogs, so everyone feels safe. The next thing you do want to do is to make sure that you keep your dogs in the size appropriate area. Most dog parks are typically divided by small dogs and large dog areas, and this is just for their safety so that a small dog doesn't get injured while playing with a large dog.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some of the don'ts for going to the dog park. The first one is you don't want to take a puppy to the dog park that is not fully vaccinated, including the rabies vaccine. And even when there's not other dogs there, you still don't want to go because they can catch things off the ground. So just make sure your puppies are fully protected before you take them to the dog park or even on any other long walks, just to protect them. And the next thing you want to do is just not get distracted while you're there with your dog. A lot of people can get on their phones and texting and emailing and talking and even getting involved in conversations around you can be a distraction, and your pet is number one priority in safety, so you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your dog at all times to make sure that they're safe and they're not getting aggressive or other dogs aren't getting aggressive with them and that they're behaving. The next thing you don't want to do is take young children, infants, or toddlers to the dog park with you. Some dogs can be afraid of children, and when you go into an environment like that, they're already kind of nervous and on edge being around other dogs they don't know. So having a child around that is loud or approaching them could scare them and cause behavior that is not typical of that dog. So for the safety of your child and other animals or other dogs in the dog park, it's best to just keep young children out of the dog park. Another thing you don't want to do is take your pet's belongings to the dog park with you. Any toys or balls or blankets that your dog plays with at home, it's best to leave at home because they can get territorial or protective of these things, and you don't want anything to happen as far as them getting lost or them to get into a fight over it. And the last thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to get into the middle of a dog fight. If unfortunately you get into that situation, some tips to try to break them up would be to grab any kind of barrier you could find, a piece of plywood, a garbage can lid, try to separate them with that barrier. You can also throw water on them or make a loud noise to try to break them up. But if you do get yourself in that situation, don't grab them by the collar, don't get in the middle of them because you will most likely get bit.
In the last few weeks, we have visited a few dog parks with my dog Ashes here, and just to see the different things that each park has to offer. And if you could leave in the comments section and let us know any dog parks that you go to and the things that they have to offer, and we may visit them next year.
Finally, to ensure your dog's safety, follow all the rules at the dog park and remember to have fun.